I've seen anyway,
Yeah,
Yeah, they played really, really well. Yeah, quite impressed. So now I'm thinking, you've got your name on the trophy. So
yeah. I mean, you can't get ahead of ourselves. I mean, it's going to be a tough match against Manchester City, quite
yeah,
clearly, and it could be that it all falls flat. That Palace have peaked one game too soon, and City sort of win 2 or 3-0. We just don't know. But I'd
yeah,
like to think in the land of dreams that Palace, after all these years of not winning a major trophy, having been in the cup final, the FA Cup final twice in, I think it was 1990, where they lost to Manchester United after a replay when there used to be replays,
yeah.
and 2016 when again we lost to your lot, Manchester United again. So it would be lovely to actually, on the third time lucky, to win the FA Cup. It would be brilliant. So
It
yeah, there's
would
a
be.
lot of optimism. A lot of optimism. I think fans believe totally in Oliver Glasner. He knows what he's doing. He's a really good fellow. He's got a great perspective, because you may or may not know that I think probably 10 years ago he had a brain tumor. May have been a bit more
Okay.
than 10 years. When he had a brain aneurysm, not a tumor. It was an aneurysm, and
Uh,
he was given a 50-50 chance of surviving. Well, he
oh,
did survive. I think it brought his football career to a halt. But since then, I think he's got a philosophy of, as you would, well, life is fragile, life is precious. Let's go for it. And he
yeah,
said the other day in an interview, he said I could have stayed in Austria, because he's Austrian, on the ski slopes, which I loved,
yeah,
having a life of leisure. He said, but I wanted the challenge that Palace offered to me, because
yeah,
you've got to go out there and find your satisfaction, find your, good things, and
yeah.
it's a good philosophy to have. So, yeah, with his life experience, I think he's imposing that in the team. The team players, they believe in him, quite clearly. They like his way of doing things, and it's all come together. So, yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah,
Palace could win the FA Cup. Yeah.
I like the direction he's taking the club in, it's really
Yeah,
doing well. It's really doing well. Yeah. I mean considering excuse me. Considering how you started the season,
absolutely.
it's really, really picked up because um sometimes when a team starts the season really poorly, it sort of drains the momentum out of the
Mm.
out of the whole players, out of the, they just think, well, this team is finished anyway. Sorry, this season is not ours anyway. But he just keeps fighting, and the players
Yeah,
see that.
yeah,
They see that, don't they? Yeah. So the next one that I was going to go to is obviously Manchester City. They seem to have found a way back to winning. They seem to have.
yeah.
What do you make of the winning streaks this recently?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the game on Sunday, the other semi-final. Bit disappointed for Forest, but also in Forest a bit. They've had a very good season, and it's kind of like it's maybe falling away a bit, almost inevitably. They didn't seem to have I won't say the will to win, but it wasn't the Forest we've seen largely through this season. But maybe that was because Manchester City were on their game much more. They didn't start with De Bruyne, of course, did they? And they
Hmm.
still don't have Haaland. It'd be interesting to know, especially from a Palace point of view, if there's any likelihood of him being fit for the final. I don't know whether they're anticipating that. I rather hope he won't be fit, because clearly he's going to be a threat to. Final. I don't know whether they're anticipating that. I rather hope he won't be fit, because clearly he's going to be a threat to any team with his ability to score goals. But no, so they were there without him the other day. They're his replacement, Marmouche, I think it is.
Yeah,
I've seen him play very well. I didn't sense he was so on his game on Sunday, but
it
the
wasn't.
team clearly did. He wasn't, was he? But they did well
No.
enough. You can see that the players are almost getting back to what they were. They still seem to be missing some, don't they? I mean, Ake is probably injured. Rodri, I think, comes back next season, perhaps. Their defence doesn't seem quite as secure as it usually does. But I thought they still looked effective. They've got some very good players there, good ones coming through. So yeah, to answer the question, I think they are finding their way back. They'll be a heck of a team to beat at Wembley on the 17th of May, but it could happen. But yeah, I think they're inevitably a very good side. They're going to end up in the Champions League places again, I suspect, in the league. So yeah, I think they're doing pretty well. A real challenge it will be to play them in the FA Cup final. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the game on Sunday as well, when they played Forest. I don't know what happened, because obviously, what's his name? What's the coach's name? Manager. Well, he didn't start with Alanga, and I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't start with Alanga.
It's Nuno, isn't it? Is the manager
Yeah.
of Forest.
Yeah,
Nuno,
Spirito Nuno. Yeah, he didn't start
Yeah.
with. He didn't start with
No.
Elanga, and I don't know. He probably knows best, but I think they were quite unlucky. They had a few misses, quite a lot of misses actually. So I don't think Manchester City was that impressive anyway. It was just
No.
I think they, they were really unlucky, because the amount of misses, I think they had three that hit
They
the
did.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was about three that hit the bar, and there was about two that just just didn't quite connect. There was one that went in the post and came out. So I think they were just really unlucky. So I don't think. I know. I'm in agreement with you with saying that City is finding their way back, but I don't think they were quite impressive on Sunday.
No.
I just think that. So I don't see them as a threat at the final, to be honest, against Crystal Palace. If Crystal Palace